Bandai Namco will pay for their crimes. They will pay. Bandai Namco has had a struggle hold on like the anime game scene for a long time now. You know, and I believe Bandai Namco is just distributors, but like still you can with their anime games you can tell which ones they're really gonna push and which ones they are dead on arrival. And that's a part of the reason why I'm making this video. And you probably saw the title that said Capcom needs to make a new JoJo game. Because we, the fans, we need it. But I know it's going to be hard. Because if you look at Japan, in particular, Bandai Namco is third in the largest publisher. Only behind Sony and Nintendo. Do you know how fucking ridiculous that is? And as far as like actual video games, anime games they're making, name almost any popular anime game you've even heard of in the last 5 years. Bandai Namco is either publishing it, helped create it, or they just made it with their own fucking studio. Yes, they have a studio. And did I come on here to trash Bandai Namco? A little bit. Just because I do not like Bandai Namco just for how they handle anime games and how they just immediately, oh, well, this anime game, we need it to be a fighter, 3D fighter. We're going to print out these arenas from, you know, the actual anime that you don't care about, but they're there. They're slightly interactive. They're about this much interactive. Like, and I think the absolute worst thing for the industry was letting them hit on Storm. Once Bandai Namco realized that they can hit on a product like Storm and the Storm series in general, they just started chipping away at that same exact model. Oh my God. Why are we getting a JJK game that is damn near exactly like Storm? It plays similar to Storm 4, a Demon Slayer game that looks like a Storm 4 reskin. Why? A One Punch Man game that is just a crappy 3D arena fighter. You're just going to keep shitting those out. You're going to keep shitting those out. Back to JoJo's in particular, right? My problem with Bandai Namco, especially when it comes to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, they are so notorious at coming out and shitting out these anime games that there's so many of them. They cannot care about the overwhelming majority of them. So a lot of them, they just get put in the shitter after like a year and a half. There's no reason All-Star Battle R doesn't have more battle passes by now. It's been out since, 2022? The end of 2022? There's no reason. As a matter of fact, I just pulled up all the extra content we got for All-Star Battle R, and that stopped. By the way, that stopped in December 7th, 2023. This is on Steam, by the way. Okay, we got Abakio, Alternate World Diego, Wonder of You, Okuyasu's brother, Stroheim, Risato, and that's it. Mind you, we've had 2 season passes. In the first one, 3 new characters, a new skin, and I don't even think we got a new stage, if I'm being honest with you. We might have. Y'all can fact check me on that. We might have got a new stage. I don't think so. Hell, we got a singular Part 8 character, and that's only the main villain. No. Do you know how ridiculous that is? We only got the main villain when another game that has been out since 2014, 2015, Eyes of Heaven, has fucking Jobin. As a matter of fact, Jobin, he's probably in the roster. I'm wrong, right? Sorry, I meant Joshu, but Joshu's not even in All-Star Battle R either. He's not a DLC character. These are layups. But instead, we get 2 battle passes that came a year apart from each other with characters that should have been in the base game, like a fucking Abakio. Why is he not in the base game? He's in part fucking 5. Are you shitting me? And some of you may be in the comments like, oh, well, his stand, it's Moody Blues. What capabilities does his stand have? Then why would you put him as a DLC? Why? Why? When there are so many other stands, especially side villain stands you could put in the game. I know why, because they're fucking lazy. Bandai Namco is exactly what happens when almost anything gets too big and just too much. Shit, they just start pushing out shit. Why? Just, like, all my questions just boil down to why. But, like, I know the reason why. It's so they can make more fucking money. That's why. They want to capitalize off of these fandoms who haven't had a real, legitimately good game in a long time. So that they can just do whatever they want and really half-ass the game and just put it out and make a shit ton of money. Like, I still remember it was like a year ago where it came out that Bandai Namco was losing money because they're so fucking bladed. And now the CEO, he's like, yeah, we gotta refocus on quality. Why didn't you Ben do that? You could have been did that. But no. Let's milk all of these anime fans and just these regular fans out of everything they got. Everything they got for some bullshit. Now we have to talk about Capcom. And the reason we do is because Capcom in the late 90s, super early, like 2000, delivered one of the best, if not considered by some fans, especially considered by me, the best JoJo game we've ever gotten, Heritage to the Future. That was actually made by the same team that ended up developing Street Fighter 3. Bro, if you've never played that, get a computer, hop on, please. It is a fantastic game. Like, sometimes I think about, like, after I play Heritage for the Future, I'll think about, like, imagine if Capcom ended up developing most of the anime games. I feel like we'll be in a somewhat similar situation, but nowhere near as bad. Because god damn it, Bandai Namco, almost every JoJo game that they release, after a few years, really 2 or 3, they'll be like, alright y'all had y'all fun. Now we're pulling services from this shit. It's over. But Capcom, they also made Geo's Bizarre Adventures, which was the first 3D JoJo game we ever got, like, on console. And I've seen gameplay to it. I've never had the chance to play it, but it looks fun. It does. It looks really fun. It looks like it could be very interesting. It doesn't look that bad, honestly, but I don't know. But if I'm being honest, that's really all I got. I just want better anime games. In particular, I want better JoJo games. But in order for that to happen, Bandai Namco would really have to tighten up, and I just don't know how much I see that happening. I will say this past year hasn't been that awful for them, but they have started losing money. So that is their indicator. That is literally their indicator to tighten up before it's all over and you got to start selling your fucking rights, which I wouldn't have a problem with that. At least then, maybe some studio would actually take the game serious. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know, we're on the road to 5K, so anything helps. And until next time, peace.